As things begin to scale, how do you find the time to manage so many projects? Like if you're doing, I know you've done hundreds of fix and flips.
Yeah.
You know, for someone that's new like me, okay, it's just a nightmare.
It's just a nightmare. There's no right answer to that.
Yeah, the amount of, like you just explained, and I'm going in with just one flip. I know you've done hundreds, perhaps thousands of flips. How does that work? Like, do you just have people managing all your flips?
I used to have like systems in place for all that. Eventually, like in any business, if you want to scale a business, it's all about systems, right? Any business. So for example, we were doing a ton of stuff in Vegas. We would get data from title companies in terms of all the foreclosures. And there were over 1,000 foreclosures a day being, they call it crying it out. But basically where someone sits there and calls out the property that's in foreclosure. So we had a person that would sit at the auctions that would just listen to the properties coming out. We had someone driving the properties that we wanted because we had the list of all the properties in foreclosure that were going to auction that day. So what happens is we would look at the properties we liked. We would comp them inside. So I would look at the properties, I would comp them, and I would pick the ones I wanted. And then we had we had two guys actually driving properties to go check on them real quick. Well, you can't get in, but most homes, the outside is representative of what the inside looks like. If it's a dump outside, it's a dump inside, you know? And sometimes it would ring a doorbell, and it was just always like, ding dong, hi, is Bill home? No, there's no Bill here. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have the wrong address. I'm sorry to bother you, have a great day. The minute that door opens, you got to glance. It might just not be much of the house, but it's a glance at, no one answers the door, ding dong, ding dong. Then you're looking over the fence. If there's a window, you're looking in the window, and then you're out of there. So they would literally 4 minutes a house, just take a look at it, got it. And we did ABC. A, nice, B, cosmetic, C, dump. Then what would happen is I would get that message back, and we'd have agents comping them for us as well. So I'm not trusting my own numbers, and plus they know the area better than I do. We just had a crew at the auction in the field comping properties. I'm running all the numbers on the property, and my business partner's running all the numbers on the property. And we would just go, here's our strike price. And then when that property came up at auction, then on the phone, I'm talking to the person that's there to bid on the property. And so we would go with cashier's checks. You know, you'd have $500,000, $1 million in cashier's checks going, okay, let's see if, we get this property. You know, and they can tell you what the bid is. Mm-hmm. So you can listen, and then, you have your max offer. Most of the time, it went over a max offer. Okay, let someone else have it. And every once in a while, you get right to your max offer and you get the deal. So, eventually you build teams and processes and systems in place. We had, I built it like in a Google spreadsheet where I could just type in how many bedrooms, how many baths, how many square feet, and it would be A, B, or C. And the A would automatically calculate a budget, the B would calculate a budget, the C would calculate a budget, and then the formula based on what I picked would pick out my max offer. So it was just Excel spread. I used Google, but it was an Excel spreadsheet basically is all it was. So that way I could, in 30 seconds, know what my offer was on a house I'd never seen. So you end up building stuff like that.
That's wild.
That's crazy. And that's the easy part. The other stuff is dealing with contractors and real estate agents.
I can't even imagine.
But if you're making $25,000 a throw, some homes you're making 50, but I always use 25 as an example.
Right.
Because some deals, we made $15,000. Other deals we made $115,000. So everyone picks a random number. So 25 is, you're not going to do a flip for $5,000. You're not getting out of bed for $5,000. And when you're new, you're probably not finding a deal that's going to make you $105,000. So just sit there and go, well, what number am I going to chase? Oh, let's say $20,000. All right. If you're only doing 2 a month, which is a lot of work, you're making $40,000 a month. You'll figure out the systems if you're making $40,000 a month.
Right.
It's not like you got to do 100 a month, right? What if you did 6 a year at $20,000?
Yeah.
That's 120 G's. It's not bad.
Yeah.
You'll work your ass off for $10,000 a month. Right? Seriously.
Wow.
Knowing that one more deal pops you another 20, 25 grand.
Right.
Right? It's really cool. People kind of, come to learn how to fix and flip homes. It's easy breezy to do it part-time. There's nothing part-time about it. It is a lot of work. But, again, if you can make 25 G's, you'll work.
Yeah, why not?